so if we can...
Oh, wait, I also have to do concentration.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Is it saves?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. 24 and 17.
Okay, your spell is still in effect. And the Duchess is going to start swimming away. So she was there. Hey,
You did send signal up, right? Yeah, you did that. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yep. But she's 40 feet back that way.
With Rudy on her?
Rudy isn't grappling her. Rudy was just standing on her, and I'm gonna say that she can just swim out under and leave Rudy in the water, basically. Oh! All right. With that, we go to the top of the round with Wilhelm.
Wilhelm's still fighting this this crab thing. Is it entangled in the black tentacles?
I should make a check for it. It is ensnared by the black tentacles, so it would take 3d6 bludgeoning damage. And the other 3 fish folk are killed by the black tentacles.
Yeah, so they all make a DC 16, or I guess the ones that survive.
Yeah, none of them make that.
Only 7. I only rolled 7 cold damage.
Okay. But if it failed its saving throw, it's restrained. Yep. Wilhelm.
Right.
Yeah, you got a restrained target right in front of you.
Yes. And he is going to, we're having crab tonight. And I'm going to drive my blade into it. 23 to hit.
For å smelte enda mer her, da.
Ja.
And that's going to be
Bedre for oss.
25 damage.
Oh my gosh. Nice.
And then
Nice hit.
I'm going to fire my crossbow at it. .24 to hit for an additional 9 damage.
It is slain. Yeah.
So, okay, so that last crossbow, so I end up, as it's entangled in the black tentacles, I drive my blade like right through its kind of chest area. I guess it's kind of like riled up, and I drive it, and then I take my crossbow, and I am going to shoot it right in the eye. The crossbow just kind of goes through its head and blows out its exoskeleton. And there's crab bones, crab meat everywhere.
Støvarbeid I morgen.
Rat, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
Rudy, are we gonna have? Do you want to stop the Duchess?
I think if we get the ballistas, that might be the best way about it.
What about this? And I pull out the immovable rod, and I hand it to you.
Okay.
You know what to do.
Do I?
I don't think she does.
And wait, who's around me? I want to run and jump and grab Rudy, and I want to thunder step over to the Duchess.
Okay. Boom. You thunderstep over to the Duchess. There's no one around you to damage, unfortunately.
No.
Okay.
I blew up the boat.
I think I know what to do.
All right, Rudy, what are you going to do with this immovable rod?
I'm going to take
So
a
I
little
whiz
run.
from here over top of it.
She has a mouth, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dive inside the Duchess's mouth. That's
Okay.
giant Rudy. And I gotta play.
All right.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to leave it for the night.
Hoppa inn i kjeften på monsteret.
Yes! Yeah! Same page. Same page.
Made it happen, Wrath. You made it happen.
On that image of the two of them just disappearing in a crash of thunder, appearing above the Duchess, with dive of the immovable rod into the gullet of the fish.
Still getting away.
It's gonna be great.
Not getting away.
Wow.
And with that, that's where we'll end for the night. As always, a massive thank you to our amazingly creative players, Jill, Joe, and Kelly.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for everything he's doing behind the scenes, and for keeping us all on track. And a big thank you to Monty for running such a wonderful beginning to the epic battle with the Duchess. It is proving to be quite a show, and I'm excited to see how this continues. So thank you, Monty.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you, everyone. And in our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They have graciously given us permission to use these in our stream games, and I want you to know that you can use them at your table as well. We encourage you to check out and support these amazing creators. Roll20 with the virtual tabletop. Custom maps were made by Monty using Dungeon Draft and Wonder Draft.
This one's actually by a neutral party tonight.
By neutral party, amazing. The Duchess's Graveyard. Based on cartography by Dicey Logos, player character artwork by Jeremy Cole, NPC token artwork by Matthias Bourbon,
Jeg kan parkeringsplass I det hele tatt. Nei, det sånn bussrommer, ja.
and other
I can
source books,
bussrommer.
spell effects tokens by Gabriel Picard, and music by Tabletop Audio.
Polske skilter sånn.
Below for our Teespring store, where you can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dude t-shirts, including the Ducks Wardens, yes, 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 and way bigger than ducks. Check out bit.ly/DungeonDudes.
Our videos and live streams are made possible thanks to the incredible generosity of our Patreon community. For the past couple of weeks, Joe was having a technical difficulty with his microphone, and it was thanks to the amazing support of our patrons that we were able to get him a brand spanking new microphone to fix that problem. And thank you so much. That is just one of how our patrons make this show possible. We wouldn't be able to, solve sometimes. There's some problems in this world that are best solved by throwing money at them, and having that amazing support and generosity from our patrons means that we can fix these problems and produce the highest quality work that we can possibly do so. So thank you so much to our patrons. If you enjoy the work that we see if you enjoy the work that if you are enjoying the work that we create, please consider joining our community at patreon.com/DungeonDudes.
Also remember that we have a phenomenal Discord community that is exclusive for our patrons. So if you are joining our Patreon, you can join us on Discord and you can chat with us. The four of us are always, we're mostly
Akkurat det liker jeg ikke at man må joine Patreon for
and
å få
Kyle's
tilgang
in
til
there as
Discord.
well, and we also do Monty and I do monthly writers rooms on the Discord,
And we got our Q&A for patrons on Thursday.
Yes, we do Q&As for our patrons, which then get uploaded to YouTube. But if you join our Patreon and submit questions for the Q&As, you can join us in the writers' room to brainstorm new scripts and ideas, and you can just chat with us. Lately, I've just kind of been chatting about TV shows and video games in there, but come join us and have all the fun.
And of course, we post new videos every Thursday on YouTube. Check it out at youtube.com/DungeonDudes.
And be sure to join us live next Tuesday when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
We do check that out on
Episode 26.
It's Dungeon Master, and I am joined
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin playing Wilhelm Wolfsbane, human swashbuckler. We are joined today by our good friends.
Phil Denitis playing Rudy Whittaker.
And Joe Berman playing Rad, the Azamar Warlock.
Thank you for joining joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, we are the Dungeon Dudes. Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday and every other Tuesday on our YouTube channel where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for players and guides for Dungeon Masters. So hit us up at youtube.com/DungeonDudes for all of our awesome content.
You can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube, which are uploaded every Friday. We're also the entire first season and up to date on the second season are available as a audio-only podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. So check us out however you want to, and join along in the fun of Drakenheim.
And of course, speaking of the fun of Drakenheim, very soon you'll be able to run your very own Drakenheim campaign of your own, because Kelly and I are partnering with Ghostfire Games to bring Dungeons of Drakenheim to life as a hardcover campaign
Dungeon and
module
Drakenheim?
that you can run of your very own. We are adapting the events
Dungeon
of
and
Season
Dragons?
1 Dungeons of Drakenheim to a
come here.
Drakenheim hardcover campaign featuring all the locations from the original book, tons of new magical
Nytt namn jag har kommit på.
powered by delirium, and a ton of twisted monsters conjured from our very sick minds. We're so looking forward to sharing this awesome adventure in this awesome world with you very soon. It'll be coming to Kickstarter in June. So head on over to Drakenheim.com to sign up for our newsletter, where we are sending out some more cool previews in the coming weeks before the Kickstarter launches. You'll get the latest updates when the campaign goes live. We're going to share a preview from the book tonight, but we're going to wait to do that until our break. So if you're wondering what's in the book, when we go on break tonight, post your questions in chat, and we will take requests from chat about what you want to see from the book.
That was a hole in the ground.
Let's return to the shadows.
Let's go home.
Years we foolishly believed the madness and mayhem of that crumbling city was confined to the ruins. We were wrong. Insidious horrors have crept out of the shadow of Drakenheim into a world unprepared for such nightmares. Tales of strange magic, swirling haze, and unspeakable terrors echo through the villages and towns surrounding that cursed place. Now, the Dusk Wardens, a new band of heroes, are tasked with driving out the seeping tendrils of the spreading darkness before it takes root.
And welcome back to the shadows of Drakenheim. When last we left our heroes,
Hopefully no
they
one
were on the
crashes
docks of
on the highway today.
Ashafin, battling against the nefarious aquatic forces of the Duchess and the mutated creatures of the deep that have been swarming the shores. But our heroes have allies, having teamed up with the Silver Order to bring down this horrific creature of the deep. Having lured the Duchess out into battle by using themselves as bait, they have drawn this creature towards the docks of Ashafin and lain a trap of their own to harpoon the Duchess and drag it to shore. Talk about a fishing trip. Although not everything has gone quite according to
if my
plan,
stream
as the Duchess
suddenly
anticipated
stops
this attack.
while I'm driving,
We've already had our own forces
it's
in place,
most
and now the
likely
embattled Silver
like
Order fights to hold
GoPro
off
camera that
legions of deep ones,
randomly crashes.
which are swarming around the ballistas that you have been set up on the
It's really
shoreline.
annoying, but
To
it's
prevent the
not
Duchess from escaping,
something I
our
can't do
heroes,
anything
Wrath and Rudy have
to
thunderstepped
prevent
onto her back.
from happening.
And when last we left, the thunderstep caused Rudy and Wrath to appear above the Duchess as she has taken, as Rudy has taken the immovable rod and is now about to shove it down the gullet of this horrific creature. So as you open up into the waters, you can see the slimy, mucus-covered form of this abomination. It is awash in tendrils and tentacles and it is like a gigantic fish, but one with a serrated maw of shark-like teeth in rows and rows around its puckered fish-like lips with catfish-like whiskers. And so as you, it feels like for a moment that as you appear in the air above the water, as the surf and the water splashes around you, time like is condensing as you see the horrific form of this creature up close. And so it is swimming forward to get away, and its mouth hangs slightly agape. So Rudy, as your turn begins and you're starting to fall into the water, what are you going to do?
I want to aim for its mouth as much as possible.
so, you let go of its mouth, and you are now inside the gullet of this creature.
And then I click the immovable rod, again, getting it as kind of far back to the back of its throat without going down into its stomach as possible.
Its mouth slams shut behind you,
Alright.
and you take 10 points of acid damage.
Okay. And then I spout the shut. I still have my bonus action, correct?
Correct.
I am going to second wind that back. Oh yes, and I rolled a 9, so 17. Yep.
Nice.
You hear in your mind, you say, devoured, devoured, drowned in the deep. You cannot find me here. I will swallow you like the sea.
I appreciate you trying, but I ain't going down without a fight, ma'am.
Alrighty. Well, with that,
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
the battle unfurls on the dock as the creatures of the deep and the Silver Order continue to fight against each other. Wilhelm, looking back on the dock, you can see that in both cases, with the number of creatures that are swarming the current area, the biggest problem is not firing the ballista, it's getting a clear shot that isn't going to hit one of the fish folk first.
Right. And that applies to both ballistas, yeah?
Yes, right. The Silver Order is holding the position well. So far, both of them are loaded and they could be fired. It's not a problem of firing them. It's a problem of with all the creatures that are swarming around the front. It's going to go through one of these guys first, and it's not going to be a good shot if they're in place.
Noted.
Yeah. So with the top of the round, we actually come back to the Duchess's turn. And the Duchess is going to lash and crash about. She doesn't actually have a bite attack or anything like that. So what I'm going to say is that with the immovable rod set up in her mouth, she is effectively restrained until she can escape. Okay? So attacks against her, so she will be able, so her speed is 0. Attacks against her will have advantage, and basically I'm gonna set the DC and say that like it's a DC 20 for her to break out of the grapple of the immovable rod. Sound fair? Okay.
Okay, we can make this work.
So on her turn, she is gonna lash about, and what I'm going to say is that she's going to have to spend her action to try to escape, essentially, right? And I get a 7. Come on, I got a +5 strength mod. Okay, so she tries to break out, but and you can see like inside the immovable rod is like it's in her mouth, like getting caught in her teeth. It's not so bad as to damage her, but it is holding her in place.
Like when you have popcorn.
Yeah. And what I'll note is that like the immovable rod is a DC 30 to knock it out.
I guess I'm gonna stop.
The Duchess isn't trying to knock out the immovable rod, she's trying to get it out of her mouth.
Like
Yeah,
maneuver,
and maneuver around it, yeah.
Like reverse throw up, where your throw up is just there. You have to
exactly.
like move. So, yeah, that's weird.
It can't move out of it.
Yeah.
She has to move around it, like removing the popcorn kernel, but like if you tried to move your body, it wouldn't move.
Yeah.
Oh man, imagine a popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth that is fixed in place, and you just have to like oh man, horrible.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, until she escapes, she will be restrained.
Like popcorn.
is there still this like portal of lapping cat tongues in front of me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wilhelm runs up to this post, kicking off of it and jumping across to drive his blade into this fish folk. So I do like a little skip over. Let's just say I do like a flip over the cat tongues.
They lash out at you. That's it.
Awesome. I barely make it, and then I drive my blade into the fish folk in front of me. That's going to be 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
That was weak damage. Okay, 14 still.
Still enough to kill.
Awesome. So I jump, I drive my blade into that fish folk, I fling him off the pier, and I turn, and I'm actually going to fire at... yeah, I'm going to fire at this guy. With my
On
crossbow.
the other side of the pier.
I'm
Okay.
working on clearing both out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to make room. So I fire, getting an 18 to hit.
A solid hit. You just see this one kind of leaps onto the dock and catches the bolt right in the neck. Damage?
11 damage.
Enough to shoot it right down as well. Just splashes right back in the water.
And I assume my fencing stance pointed at the rest of the fish folk on this dock.
Nice. With and also I'll note that with having Rudy fired the signal,
BRB.
the boats are in place. Now the burning boats. escape, it's also effectively cutting off more reinforcements from arriving. Right? So whereas previously I wasn't tracking how many fish folk were on the board vis-a-vis the Silver Order, now we will be a bit more precise with that.
All right.
Even though she is restrained, the Duchess still has her legendary actions, and she's going to. I'm going to improvise here and say that even though her only legendary action is a tail attack, I'm gonna, because you're inside her, and this is not a creature that normally has a bite attack, I'm gonna let her like chow down and chomp on your Rudy. So
Giant fish tongues.
yeah, so that's going to be a 22 to hit. 24 to hit.
Nope. That hit.
Are you still giant, Rudy?
I am. Well, actually, hold on. Let me roll con. It's 18.
Oh, that's a good. That's
Actually,
a good
hold
point
on.
that you're a giant
15.
Rudy.
Rudy.
Not to retcon things too much. I think in order to get into her mouth, you would have certainly had to abandon the spell.
Okay, I can abandon it.
Yeah.
Shrunk down to as you went in. And slowly, so to get right to the back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, you simply would have been too big to fit inside her mouth. Okay.
What?
Yeah, so that is going to be, we're going to call that one instead 15 slashing damage. But Wrath, it is now your turn. You are in the water now, above the Duchess. What are you going to
Does
do?
the Duchess have a blowhole of sorts that I can communicate to Rudy through?
No, she's not a mammal.
To communicate, yell in the blow.
You okay? I am going to swim away and swim towards the dock. Can I get up on the dock with my swim speed?
Yeah, I'll say that you can. I'm gonna take an opportunity attack against you as you run away. Getting the disadvantage turns a crit into a 13.
And I guess you got this, Rudy. Probably.
You delivered her into a mouth that closed and then left.
Nice.
Jeez, I've always trusted that Rudy's fine. And I'm gonna take a shot at the Duchess.
Okay.
To start.
Cool.
Try to blow her up from the outside. I got a 23 to hit with advantage.
Oof. Yeah.
For 11 damage. And I'm going to then turn and fire on one of the unsuspecting fish folk with the help of Bruce.
Nice.
So Bruce is going to fly in, and so I kind of follow suit with Wilhelm. I got like a 26 to hit.
Nice.
For 15 damage. Oh.
That blows another one away.
And so, just coming out of the water, I dolphin out of the water again. And then, more of a crow. I don't know dolphins, I've never met them. And then I shoot my Eldritch Blast at the Duchess, and I turn and shoot another at an unsuspecting fish folk to free up
Nice.
the ballistas.
Nice. Alrighty, and you are not in the water anymore.
No, I got out of there.
Okay, so you don't need to save against contamination. Okay. Next up, then, the Duchess will use her other legendary action to chow down on Rudy some more, getting a 20 to hit.
Shield.
Okay.
It's like showing it as
Yeah, just that is the worst jawbreaker ever.
Popcorn, jawbreakers. She's not having a good time with these snacks.
Yeah. I guess she's found you quite indigestible. Rudy, with that, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm just in her mouth.
Yep, you are in her mouth.
All right, Okay, am I close enough where I can try to open her mouth, or do I have to make
10 feet of movement to get back to her mouth. But yeah, you could get to the toothy maw and try to make your.
Okay, and then yeah, I'm gonna try to pry open her jaws.
All right, give me a strength check.
All right, and that I am not large.
Yeah, so this would be athletics. Yeah.
Does bless work on this or no?
Bless applies to saving throws and attack rolls. I don't think it applies to ability checks.
Well,
I get a 14.
all right.
So you are stuck inside her mouth. And I'm gonna say you take another 12 points of acid damage and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that's it. 25.
Okay, so no contamination.
So I'm trying my best, and I'm like, I miss being large Rudy. And then as my
I would say that, like, as the Duchess is trying to wrestle her way off the immovable rod, like, her mouth is opening, right? But it's a toothy mouth inside, like, it's razor sharp teeth, right? So she's lashing about and opening and closing her jaw, and, like, I just imagine you, like, shoot your arm out, and then she adjusts her position, and it, like, there's like, reflex motion. It's really awful.
worst bouncy castle ever. So then, as I'm going, I'm like, I need a little bit of help here. I use my bonus action to shift into my bestial form, get more wolfy looking, and I gain 11 temporary hit points.
I want to know about Rudy's history with bouncy castles.
Listen, when you have
Bouncy castle
10
is-
children, you at least have 5 bouncy castles at their birthday parties growing up, so. Very like leather though, made out of like, deer hats that we have made. We work it out.
Alrighty, we go to the top of the round with the Duchess. Actually, with this, before we get to the top of the round, several of the fish folk are going to turn their attention back around to some of the folk that have come this way now. So they're going to rush towards their positions here.
Friday
So
tomorrow.
These three
Free
are
hot
going to throw their
dogs.
spears at you, Wrath.
Always nice in the morning.
Getting a natural 1, a 17, and a 16.
The 17 and the 16 both hit.
Alrighty, that will be a total of 10 points of piercing damage. Wilhelm, 2 attack you
I think
against
I'm gonna
17
change
and
lane.
a 9.
The 17 hits.
That'll be also 5 points of piercing damage.
I will take 3. You round up, right? For damage? For when I use that.
Yeah, make it 3.
Alright.
And the cat tongues dissipate. They fall into the decorative.
Alrighty, so the Duchess is going to try to escape from the bonds of the immovable rod. She gets 15.
She's getting closer. She's getting closer.
The dice, literally, when you said no, Joe, the dice stopped rolling at that moment. It was like,
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah. The little.
Psychic powers over the TM's dice. Tell me more.
Won a lot of dice games by saying no.
Alright, with that, Wilhelm, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna fight my way through these fish folk. The first one in front of me, I am... actually, okay, hold on. Is there a way I can get sneak attack? Can I try... So as these fish folk are attacking me, can I try to, like, shimmy around to this side of them?
They're completely in your way there. like that.
Yeah, I can't like muscle through or flip over them or anything.
I mean, you could make an acrobatics check, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna make an acrobatics check to as they lunge towards me. That's the guy that missed, and I hop over him. And I'm going to make an acrobatics check, getting 17.
Someone messed up in the road again.
I'm only
Let's see.
one call.
Og Mjøsbrua er riksvei 4 et alternativ via Hadeland. Det er også mulig å kjøre fylkesvei 33 mellom Minnesund og Gjøvik.
Dette er NRK Trafikk. Her får du de viktigste meldingene fra ditt distrikt. Har du trafikkvarsling aktivert på bilradioen, holder vi deg oppdatert uansett hvilken NRK-kanal du lytter til.
På E6 i Oslo er alle felt åpnet i Vålerenga-tunnelen etter en påkjørsel bakfra i retning mot sentrum. Det er fortsatt kø mellom Alnabru og Vålerenga-tunnelen på E6 inn mot Oslo. E6 mellom Oslo og Lillehammer er fortsatt stengt i begge retninger like nord for Minnesund etter stenraset lørdag. Statens vegvesen opplyser at E6 tidligst kan åpne for trafikk i kveld, eventuelt tidlig fredag. Statens vegvesen vil komme med en ny oppdatering etter klokka 15. Morskogveien, som går parallelt med E6, er også fremdeles stengt. Mellom Kolomoen og Kløfta er det omkjøring på fylkesvei 24 og E16 via Skarnes. Mellom Oslo og Mjøsbrua er riksvei 4 et alternativ via Hadeland. Det er også mulig å kjøre fylkesvei 33 mellom Minnesund og Gjøvik.
Nothing special on this road.
Allow it. You flip past him.
And I land behind him and drive my blade into him. Getting an 18 to hit.
It's a hit.
That's going to be 27 damage.
I'm listening to a Canadian podcast.
Very much so.
And
Nice.
I'm going to take my crossbow out and I'm going to shoot the
anyone is
one
wondering.
that I also kind of hopped past there. 14 to hit.
It's a hit.
Nice. That's going to be for 11 damage.
Nice. The silver order warrior beside you gives you a nod. Nicely done.
Keep holding the line. We're going to get through this.
Alrighty. Anything else, Wilhelm?
That is it for me.
Alrighty. Rudy, the Duchess is going to chat down on you some more. This time I get a 22 to hit.
Deal!
Alright!
Hold the line, Rudy, as well.
You yell to the fish that you hope that she's alive inside him.
I mean, you guys can see it struggling, but Rudy has not come out of there.
Yeah. That's
Like,
concerning.
Like, the creature is thrashing and lashing in the water, and you can actually hear this kind of these psychic reverberations in your mind of just this enraged creature. Almost the empathetic waves of its fury and a dash of fear back in your minds. Wrath, it is your turn.
I think I will continue my... Does it look like we're starting to turn the tide on the beach?
The Silver Order is still pretty embattled with the fish folk.
I'm gonna take more shots at them then. So of the three closest to me, I'll take a shot at like the one to the right. I'll get Bruce in on it.
Nice.
24 to hit, or only 7 damage.
Still enough to take with the swarming minions of the Duchess. That's enough to take one down.
And then a 19 to hit on the one on the far left for a 12 damage.
Nice. shoot them both
Just
down.
blasting them off the dock.
Yeah. Bits of fish flying, it just dropping into the water in pieces.
Well, how are you doing over there?
Raph, help that other ballista. I got this one. I
Okay.
yell back. Where's Rudy?
She's fine. Stop asking.
All right.
I hope Rudy's fine.
Keep
Said
eyes
that
on
in your.
her. Oh,
Said that in your brain.
Why is she not fine? We're battling fish, yelling back and forth across these docks. Rudy's nowhere to be seen.
Alrighty. With that, Rudy, it is your turn.
Alright, we're gonna go for it again.
Okay.
Try to get out of there. And her being restrained has nothing to do with this, right? I just want to make sure.
Her being restrained does affect her die rolls. It gives her disadvantage, but
Okay.
so yeah.
Whatever I get there.
Yeah.
13.
I get a 12. Alright, so you're able to wrench her jaw open. What do you do next?
And all you hear is, oh, as I open the jaw and Misty steps out towards the dock. Yep.
Nice.
And I kind of like fall out on the dock and I'm just like, I'm alright.
Where do you want to land?
Right beside Raph.
Okay. Nice.
So she is with you.
She's fine. I had her with me the whole time.
Good. Noted.
You're coated in the insides of
Yeah,
the
like
Duchess.
just flying everywhere.
You okay, Rudy?
I'm alright. Never again.
Never again. Alrighty. Yeah, so the Duchess has no one else to shout down on, so she's kind of stuck in place there, not able to really use any of the legendary actions she's got. Alrighty. Okay, so with that, the remaining fish folk. This guy's gonna charge towards you, Rudy. And these guys are gonna, they're all fighting here. This guy's gonna swim up over here. I'll let this guy swim over here. And this guy swim up over here. So I'm gonna throw, I'm gonna have chuck a stab on Wilhelm for a 20 to hit.
Ow!
A stab on Rudy for 12 to hit, and a spear throw on Wrath for 6 to hit.
I catch it.
Forget that they were so agile in the water, I say, as he jumps out of the water and stabs me.
Yeah.
I duck behind Rudy.
Wilhelm, 7 points of piercing damage. Alrighty. And the Duchess, can I get out? Oh. The 17 just tilted to the 3. Yeah.
Okay,
So I got an 8.
good.
Raph, keep controlling his dice. You got this.
Okay. Wilhelm, it's your turn.
I'm gonna keep fighting through these fish folk. I'm trying to clear up this ballista. I'm back to back with this soldier. We are fighting valiantly together. It's
Nice.
Yeah, and so I lunge out next to him to stab the fish folk. Getting a 12.
It's enough.
Yeah, it's enough. Doing 30 damage.
Okay, it's very dead.
And then I stab him through, turn to the one that stabbed me, who's just climbing off the dock, and I shoot him with my crossbow, getting a 13 to hit for 9 damage.
Nice. Alrighty.
Actually, with that, I'm going to race over here so that I'm by the ballista.
Alrighty. They say, as long as your friends get out of the way over there, I think we can get a clear shot at her.
Huh?
Raph, Rudy, down! Well, next 6 seconds.
Raph, it's your turn.
Can I this boat. Can I kind of step off onto this boat to get around this fish person?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm gonna run up here to get out of the way of the shot. And I'm gonna send Houdini and Bruce. Sorry, just we have a lot of pets. You're not a pet. You're my master. I mean,
He's in the doghouse tonight. Does Bruce, the cat, put you in? Yeah, because
tiny hut, and he sleeps in the full tonight. I'm gonna take a regular shot at this fish folk in front of me, getting a for 9 damage,
Blown apart.
and then with the help of Bruce, I'm gonna take a shot at the giant arachnid crab thing.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I only get a 15.
That's actually not enough to hit through its thick shell. But it is enough to draw his attention.
Oh, nah, don't.
Rudy, it's your turn.
All right. Is Houdini still around? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He slides over. Oh, not on there. He's gonna help me with this fish folk right in front of me. That's an 18 to hit.
No.
Nice, you got it.
This
9
cross section is
damage.
really bad. Should
You
have been a
cut them down.
turnabout.
Filet-o-fish.
Oh.
And then we're gonna move up here.
Because people are really not good at using their turns.
And then
Turn signal,
I'm
what you
going
call
to-
it.
since I can't reach anyone, throw
Because
some
they
hand
use it
axes.
maybe like 1 second before they turn, and then like, what the fuck, man? Could have went before you,
23 to hit.
ahead of you. I mean,
It's a hit.
11 damage. And 22 to hit. 6.
Nice. 2 kills.
And then I'm
Rolling
gonna
axes.
try to roll. So I already have temporary hit points,
Well,
but if
I'm
I roll the max,
soon home now, so
no, I didn't.
gonna-
So I'll keep my 11.
Alrighty.
Just
The fish folk.
I'm soon home now, so I'm soon gonna quick stop the stream. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping it's gonna be a nice day tomorrow as well. I have to fix the roof at the hot tub tomorrow at least. Since my work ends on Friday, it's 12:30 usually. Or 12 to... Is that the same in... Yeah, I guess so. Well, catch you guys tomorrow or tonight when I'm playing on my PC. Goodbye.